This is a very serious message. This is a dangerous time for the dating game right now. Dangerous. There's been so many distractions while trying to record this. Like, something does not want me to get this message put out. Between phone calls, between my son, recording, but I'm definitely getting this out. Very dangerous time for the dating game, especially for divine beings. If you are divine, you have to be especially careful. If you are a good person, you have to be so very careful, especially now. Please hear me out. Especially considering that this is the day of judgment. Okay, people are getting their karma. People may try to date you, befriend you, be in your energy in order to pass their karma on to you. They might not know all about this, but they're still doing it purposefully, or their spirit is. But a lot of people are purposely doing this to escape their karma, to share it, so that they only have to take half of it or a portion of it. You have to be more than ever on high alert when dating, or even just making friends, meeting new people, making new connections. I mean, every red flag, pay attention. I mean, the first red flag you see, run. It's that serious. Because the longer you stay connected to that person, the longer you are taking on their bad karma. Destiny swapping. It's very real. You have great things coming to you. You have blessings coming in. Some people will see your light. They are like moths. They see your light and they come towards it. They want your blessings. They know that if you are in their life, they don't have to go through their karma as bad as they are supposed to. Especially if they can kill you, that is a complete destiny swap. If somebody comes into your life and all of a sudden things go wrong, exit quickly. If you realize one day that since you met a person, everything started going bad. Your health started to decline. Your finances started to decline. You're having issues with people. You're having trouble sleeping. You're having issues with your car, your house, anything. Since you met this person, get them out of your energy as soon as you can. Leave them alone. Break off the connection as soon as possible. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't let them butter you up. Pay attention. Especially now that it's Judgment Day and people are getting their karma. Spirits are scattering everywhere. Everywhere. If it's a relationship, sometimes it ain't about enduring the hardships together. It's not about getting through the tough times together. You're the one getting through the tough time. Well, they're using you to do it. They're using you to make you get through their tough time. You were fine before you met them, right? Pay attention. But sometimes it's not people that you just met. It might even be people you've always known. It might even be your family. You need to keep your distance. If things start going wrong in their life, even if they already were, things start to really turn up, yeah, back off. Love from a distance, keep your space. because it's getting real dangerous out here. There's no reason why, if you just meet a person, you're enduring the hardships that you would 5 years into a marriage. It's not about being loyal. It's not about being thorough. It's not about being real. It's about protecting yourself. That person's not who they say they are. Pay attention to every red flag. You know the difference between a red flag and a flaw. Nobody's flawless. We know that. But you know when if it makes you question that person for a second, if it makes you look at them sideways, if it has your guard up, if it has you sitting there scratching your head, that's a red flag. If you get butterflies, if you get a headache around a person, if you start to burn up talking to somebody or being around them, they have animosity towards you. They have bad intention towards you. Exit quickly. Look for subtle signs of envy as well. That's a red flag. Envy, insecurity. You don't stay with a person that's insecure. You don't stay with a person that's envious. If they're envious of somebody else, that counts as well. If they minimize or joke about your accomplishments instead of congratulating you, or your ideas, your dreams, and they try to diminish them, they try to steer you in a different direction, pay attention to that. That's envy. Watch for the love bombing and the breadcrumbing. Watch for that. That's what they do. They get you all this stuff, buy you all these gifts, take you out on these dates, give you all these compliments, all this love. And then it stops. And then it's like you're starting to have to chase them, or you're starting to wonder what's going on, how they feel. That's a sign. This one is very important, something that you don't hear often. Listen carefully. It is a huge red flag when somebody, one of these people, constantly wants your attention. They want you to text them all day long, talk to them all day long, until they have something to do. When you are talking to them, even though it's the middle of the day, you got stuff to do. But you're giving them some of your time anyway while you get some stuff done. But they want all the attention on you. But when it's their turn to do something else, to get attention somewhere else, to give their attention to something else, it don't matter how you feel. That's huge. Another thing, they quickly tell you that they love you, that they have feelings with you, they want to be with you. That's huge. That's part of the love bombing, to try to reel you in, to get you close to them, to get you to trust them. Don't fall for it. Your boundaries need to be stronger now more than ever. It doesn't matter if you're not having sex with them. They know, and they'll use this too, try to get intimate with you quickly. They know that when you do that, that also can complete a destiny swap, a huge part of it. Okay? If they are destined to lose their job, they're destined to lose their house, they're destined to have all of their money seemingly fall out of their pocket, and then you're intimate with them. It passes on to you. But as long as you're connected to this person, you're taking on some of their karma. There is no reason that somebody tells you that they are in love with you, that they miss you, that they care for you, that they want to be with you, and they're breadcrumbing you. Their actions are not consistent. If they are a gift giver, they are periodically going to give you gifts. It's not going to be once every 6 months. You're not going to have to ask. You're not going to have to tell them how to love you. It gets to a point, if they actually love you, they're not going to necessarily just try to impress you, but it's going to be in their nature to take care of you and to show you love. God does not deal with confusion, ever. If somebody has you confused, especially someone who claims to be of God, they're not. Exit quickly. Never will they push your boundaries. Never will they ignore them. More than likely, you're not even going to have to establish your boundaries with them, because they respect you. If you have to ask them once, that can be a problem. Not always. But once you feel like you have to say something twice, they don't respect you and they don't love you. If they choose, some people choose not to listen to you. If you just met somebody, you shouldn't be arguing with them. That is another way that people suck in your energy. People are energy vampires as well, trying to take your energy. If you get around somebody and you're tired, you're talking to somebody and then you feel drained, you feel like you need to take a nap, exit quickly. They do this also, harvesting your energy by getting you emotional. Love bombing also does that, because you're sending them love, right? Even if you don't love them, it's still love. They also do this by getting you upset. That's where the arguing comes in. Okay? If you're trying to distance yourself from this person, you're trying to end the argument, and they keep pulling you in to the argument, yeah, that's energy harvesting. Getting you riled up. That is a huge red flag. And then they turn around and apologize. But they still don't listen to you. They're harvesting your energy. It's like a roller coaster. It's unstable. You look back and you realize you're drained dealing with this person. I'm telling you. I'm not exaggerating. The first red flag you see, you need to leave. If you have to question it, that leads to confusion, and you need to exit quickly. Don't wait it out and see, because the longer you wait it out, the more you're going to have to deal with problems. And you don't want it to pass on to your children or your loved ones. You don't want it to pass on to them. Everyone knows women are more emotional. Naturally, the feminine energy is more emotional. So they're going to go towards that to get as much energy as they can. They know we fall for that stuff more easily. Easier targets. Especially if you're younger, early 20s, maybe even teens. It's not a game. Don't play with yourself like that. You need to genuinely be concerned when someone you just met tells you they love you, like they're in love with you. You need to genuinely be concerned when you take your attention off of them for a split second and they get upset. Not only am I speaking from my own research, not only am I speaking from what God tells me, but I'm speaking from experience. That's half the reason for experience. My experience is to help you. I've dealt with it a couple times. I'm sitting here trying to take care of my son, my baby, and a man is upset that I'm taking care of him. The back and forth, especially for it being a man to say that they love you right away, that's an issue. It's one thing for a man to see a woman and be like, and know he knows what he wants, a man that knows what he wants and can recognize the woman in you and say that you could potentially be their wife. That's different than saying that they're in love with you before they even really got to know you. If they're not just lying about it, then they're obsessed with you. It's a fascination with you. It's not real love. Either way you look at it, they're not going to treat you correctly. Don't fall for it. Couple afterthoughts. When somebody's doing this to you, take it as a direct threat to your life, because it is. Second, also on my experience as well, health-wise, you may have health problems after dealing with this person. And it doesn't matter how many doctors you go to, how many medications you take, whatever you try to do, it doesn't seem to work, and your health will continue to decline. If that happens, I'm serious, exit quickly, because you don't want to get it to the point where there's no return, where you don't wake up the next day, if you know what I'm saying. Like I said, they may or may not know that they're doing this. Either way, it doesn't matter. It can also look like somebody coming into your life knowing that your ships are coming in, knowing what you're working on, what you're doing. They see your light. They know that you're about to come up. And they befriend you. They try to get around you just to be there for the come up and for you to share some of your riches, your fame, whatever, with them. That's all. So it can also look like that. That's why a lot of times, with celebrities or other people on a smaller scale, when they come up, they had to let people go. It's not about them feeling better than those other people, being on top of those people. You think that once they get on a come up, there aren't people that want to be with them just for their money and stuff. They want to hold on to people they always knew were there for them. But there's people that were never there for them. And when they came up, they're money hungry, they're fame hungry, and that's all they wanted, and they see that. And so they had to cut them off. It's just like that. But be careful with some of these people, because they can also block your blessings and keep you from coming up. And, as I already mentioned, cause you even to pass. You never know who in secret is highly spiritual and doing dark magic. You think it ain't real. If and when, and hopefully it doesn't, that this kind of stuff happens to you, try to find a different explanation. When you try to go to these doctors and they can't find out what's wrong with you. When you're doing all this for your health and nothing's working. When you're working and working and working, you know you're doing right by God. You know you're living righteously. You're being a good person. And nothing seems to work for you. Then try to find a different explanation. Stay safe out here, y'all.